in the rocks there, and they'll kind of hunker down in between some rocks. And one was even found, it had kind of sealed off the entrance and have this nice little winter nest to sleep the winter away, I guess. But so they will kind of brumate during the winter months up at the top of the canyons. It does get fairly cold there. When I was here, I took the picture on the right. When I was there, I wasn't able to find a wild stem since this one was in a zoo there, but it was a little rainy and cold, so I kind of missed out. So just a reason to go back, I suppose. So this is the one I mentioned before, the pygmy banded python. The species name is yet to be known. There's actually a paper that's been submitted to name these guys as a new species. They have a different scale count, and they have different morphology, including kind of a blunt snout. Their natural history is somewhat different. They live up in trees, which is not very common for the genus. You generally don't find Antaresia up in trees. They look, their pattern is very unique, kind of identifiable. They have bands, whereas Stimson's pythons have blotches, which gives them the common name blotched python as well. And they reproduce at a very small size, almost to the size of a pygmy python. So very unique. It was kind of cool how this came about. I was over at my friend's house in Australia, and he had a very large collection of Antaresia, and he had some of these. And just looking at them, I said, these are different. This is not a Stimson's python. And he said, well, my friend kind of thinks the same way and wants to describe these as a new species. And I said, hey, I'm all for that, count me in. Well, they didn't count me in, they kind of kicked me out. And so we were going to put it in the book. That was kind of the original way that we were going to describe the species. And then they decided that it was Australian club only, and so they asked me not to be part of it.